Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Trading Room recap for Friday, March the 6th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the Trading Room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Very kind of a strange day because at 8:30 the jobs data came out and it was really, really good. I guess more jobs were added that were expected. But perversely, the market didn't like that because I guess they thought that then the Feds might give them the opportunity to raise interest rates. So the market just had a massive sell-off today. And so it was a challenging to find any sort of a bounce play, certainly going long anything. But as usual, in the room, we were able to find several, and this was definitely the star. At least for me, it was. And I know, hopefully other people took it, but um, I basically said, this is, let's see now, this is 9:30 right here, 9:30. Nah, here's the opening volume bar. And it actually didn't appear in my pre-market scanning. I received it in this particular one. I don't know if it's still there. Let me just see. WX, WX, WX. No, it's still not there, and that's because it's only down $2.81. On this, to make it on this list, the stock has to be down at least $4. And right here, I think it was down about over $6 at this point. So I started. I was alerted to it by just looking at that window at this particular strategy. And I got to back up. This is not really a strategy. It's just alerting me to stocks that are down the most, up and down the most in dollars. And then basically I start watching them. At the time, early on in the day, I think it was the only one that was down significantly. So anyway, I started watching this one. Now, I really wanted to take the trade right here at about 34.25. And in fact, I just about had my order all set. The reason I did that is that here's a low here at 33.71 and then one at 33.77. So I thought, all right, or actually, I guess it's 33.69 is the low of the day. So I thought, okay, it looks like it's trying to put in a bit of a base and maybe move up from here. And so I was all set to take some right here, and I didn't get it. The spread just all of a sudden really widened on me. I think it widened about 25 cents. So I had to back off. And so I started watching in real dismay the next bar. These are 5-minute candles, the next candle that went up. And again, without me in it. Now, at this point right here at 34.76, I actually think that the bid ask was something like 34.70, 34.76. So it kind of tightened up, and also it was just above the high of this last red candle down. You know what I really like to do, the best play for me in terms of a setup is, yes, to see all these candles being down, and then the last one kind of being narrow, and then you get a green bar that's over the last red candle, and then you can put your stop at the bottom of the last red candle. Now, of course, this is not what happened here, so this is sort of, I guess we'll call it a variation. This candle, the price was now above the last red candle, the high of the last red candle. For me, the spread started tighten up a bit, so I took the trade. But because of the spread and because of where I was going to have to put my stop, I didn't take quite as many shares as I would normally take. But it didn't really matter because look what happened after that. I got in at 34.76. I took out a piece at 35.30, another piece at 35.94. So I made over $1 on that piece, and then over $2 up here. And so that, a really wonderful trade. And on a day where I didn't see a lot of great setups for myself, anyway, this was really great to have. It was early. I was done, this is about probably about 10:20, so 40 minutes into the market, and I'm basically done for the day. Everything else I'm doing is just gravy, and certainly didn't want to spend a lot of money, giving away all this profit. Having said that, I did try it again. It looked good. It looked like it had the pullback here, the little pop up, bit of consolidation just over the whole number of 37. It actually went up, down, and then as it regained 37, I said I would probably take this trade. And I did. I took the trade at 37.39, but the next candle got me out at 37.22, and that was it. Now, it's gone up and it's kind of chopped around a little bit, and I see now it's over 38. But, this is as I said, this is the what we'll call the easy money. This is the hard money. I mean, you're really struggling to make it here. But this, if you can get in at a decent level, it goes up very quickly, and that's why I love these potential reversal plays. So, what else did I do? Lulu. Lulu was my mistake of the day. Lululemon. Lulu, noticing the when I if you come in early enough, well, about maybe 15, 20 minutes before the market opens, I publish an upgrade and a downgrade list. And Lulu was on the downgrade list, but maybe a little more significantly was Goldman Sachs. And a lot of people will always look at who Goldman Sachs is upgrading and downgrading, rightly or wrongly. And wrongly, I did that in this particular case. I rarely read the news. I mean, in the back of my mind, I know it had a downgrade, but I put too much weight on the fact that it was Goldman Sachs downgrading it because this was on the potential reversals. It wasn't hugely down. It's still only down $2.66, but at this point it was down, $4, we'll say. Now, I watch it come back up, and on this little pullback and on this candle, looked like it had taken out all this. In fact, what I was saying is that if it got over 61.61, I would take the trade. So I took the trade at 61.68. And it started to move up, but then the minute it started coming down, in the back of my head, I'm going, oh, Goldman, Goldman, Goldman. People are going to look at this as a opportunity to short it down. So I, quite frankly, I kind of chickened out and I got out for 7 cents. And look what happened. I mean, literally, I mean, these are tough candles to stay in, admittedly. I mean, you see here. I mean, here's where it opens, goes up, and then it comes back down, and then it closes. But this is a very wide candle, 61.86 to 62.26. That it would be very tough to stay in. But even up here would have been decent, 62.09 from 61.68. So anyway, I call that a mistake. I probably should have held on for just a little bit longer, but I know some did, and so that's just if I make a call and I take it, and other people take it and they make money, that's great. If I don't make as much as them, that's fine. I even said in the room, this is one reason why sometimes I hate to post when I get out because I'm very conservative and sometimes I get a little jumpy in certain trades, and I hate to think that I just because I get out, other people will. But anyway. That was Lulu. Now, another kind of disappointing one was GTN, Gray Television Incorporated. Looked good. It was on, believe it or not, it was on my strong stocks list at the beginning of the day. Stocks that were up for the day. I mean, it's still up. It's still up, 1%. But earlier on, it was above the open, above the close, and up a decent percentage. And so I watched this. Let's see, what is that, 13? Yes. So I watched this little pullback, and again, I said if it can get over 13.26, I will probably take the trade. And so I took the trade right here at 13.32, and it looked, came back down a little bit down to 13.27, but nothing dramatic. And then it started to really move up smartly. Got up to 13.49, and I literally said if I can get into the 50s, I'm going to take some of this off. Well, look what happened. This was just a nasty candle that came down. In fact, it went down so quickly that I didn't have time to get out of it, which I guess was sort of lucky because then it came right back up again. But on this action, I decided just to get out of the trade, 13.35 from 13.32, so nothing. But I'm just pointing out that this within pennies, I would have been out at least half, and then it was a disaster after that. But pretty disappointing. This came out of nowhere. I mean, these are pretty narrow candles. There was none of this action. Once the initial, you're always going to get the initial action that's going to be kind of wild and frantic. But, it looked like it had settled down, and that's what I was saying, a nice, steady, stress-free trade. And then, boom, all of a sudden that happened. And let's see, I did one more. Oh, WBAI. That one was towards the end. Yeah, I mean, I like this one. I would say it was the only one I was looking at. Again, I kind of jumped out of it early, but I took it on this little break here, 1422. It looked like it was going to keep going up, but again, on this little pullback, I got out at 1437. Popped back up to about 1446, but I see it is falling down again. Now, just one thing. I don't know if I mentioned. Oh, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I did mention this that I tried to get into it 33, 37, 39 again on WX, and then I got out at 37.22. At least I think I did. I'm sorry. I don't, I can't go back and check to see what I said unless I do the whole video over again. But anyway, you get the drift. Um, that is it. Yes, that is definitely it. Yes, that is it. And hopefully, everybody had a pretty good week. I know I did. I have a great week. I mean, I love these potential reversal plays. There's usually one a day that can give you a really great return, and it's just a matter of sticking with it. Like put it on a thumbnail chart. Watch it, watch it. No matter what else you're doing, these are the ones that can instantly give you some good profits. I mean, do they always work this well? Of course not. And is it easy to find a like wasn't easy for me to find this entry, but I did stick with it, and without this trade, today would have been just basically a very boring wash of a day. All right, so let me just bring back the cover page. Again, here's how to get into the room. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you in the trading room on Monday.